Alright, hey guys, Lenny the Guinea here, and as you see by the title, today we are going to be looking through some of the worst drawings I've made throughout 2020, and I will also be showing my most recent, now that we're in December, so that you all may see what I do when I'm not making weird animations with KineMaster, even though this video is also made with KineMaster, but we're just going to be taking a look at my nice, beautiful drawings. So these will also be going by month in order. So let's get on with it, you know? So already, as you can see, we're off to a pretty cringy start with my Wings of Fire character, OC, Zinnian with a firework for the new year. Little did we know what lie ahead, but it's pretty bad. Her tail's like really thick, and her arms and her talons are really round and overall bad. I remember being proud of her face, but it's honestly not good. And her wing, don't even get me started on that. So that was the first drawing of 2020. Alright, next we have a drawing of Shay, one of the main characters in my story redemption that I talk about quite frequently on this channel, and this was actually the first drawing I made of her to get the vision of her out of my head and onto real life, and her face. I am honestly scared to flip this drawing because it seems like it would be very distorted. Also, her legs are so floppy. If you imagine like what her skeleton would look like, it's honestly not good. And once again, the wings. I had a problem with wings during this year, as you could see, and her facial expression. Okay, moving on. This is bad. Okay, here we have another Wings of Fire OC. This time it's a Nightwing, and he is scared of silence, and he was an adopt, and I felt the need. I had a phase where I felt the need to draw every single character I had, regardless of how, like, if I bought an adopt, I would draw them at least once. And this was him. I bought him and I drew him, and it is an absolute shit show. As you can see, his wing, I don't know what the hell that is at the top. His face is so weird. He's just like standing there. It looks more like a reference sheet than an actual drawing of him, and I hate that. And his legs, he is so weird, and the tail, once again, his overall body shape, like it's not even a body type, it's just a mess. This is a mess. It's not okay. Alright, this one, a break from the ultimate cringe. It's not that bad, actually. It's mostly just the pose. Oh yeah, this is my another Wings of Fire OC. Her name is Blood Moon. She's a Nightwing. She was hatched on a blood moon. So she's red, has red spots on her wings instead of stars like normal Nightwings, but she has a Jesus crown. And it's not that bad. Her expression is kind of odd. The legs, again, I was learning, you know, but mostly all the legs in these drawings, even still, they're pretty messed up. But honestly, I don't hate this. I feel like I could have done something more with the background, but honestly, it's not that bad. And I wouldn't say I'm proud of it, but I don't hate it, and I don't cringe when I see it, so that's good enough. Oh boy, so back on the cringe train, we have a drawing of Sunny from Wings of Fire, my favorite character, and I did her dirty. As you can see, the way her tail spikes like stop when they go around the corner, like the turn of her tail, because I didn't know how to do an angle like that. The way Sandwing frills are, and it looks so weird. And her forearms, the way she's laying down, it is like they're so short. Like, if she stood up, like, imagine that. That is absolutely disgusting. Her ear, I can't point out what's wrong with it, but something just looks wrong about it. And once again, the wings, they are horrendous, and the way her head curves, it, I don't like this at all, and somehow it got featured on Amino, actually, and I honestly, I wish it never did. Nobody deserves to see this. This is, like, no person should ever have to witness this art, this horrendous, like, okay, moving on, I'm, okay, yeah. Okay, oh my god. So what you're seeing on the screen now is my secondary Wings of Fire Sona, besides Light Wings. Tohi the Sandwing, and oh my god. The reason there's two of them is because it's a redraw. Hopefully it's obvious which one is the redraw. And it's honestly, it's better than the original, to say the least. But we're not here to talk about the original because that was made in 2019. This video is about 2020 art. So his expression, I don't know why he's sad. That's not his personality at all. And his freaking legs, I hate looking at them. I close my eyes whenever I happen upon this drawing because I cannot deal with this. His tail is like so like stiff, and oh my god, once again it looks more like a ref than a actual drawing. But it's, oh my god, I can't. Every time I've ever drawn Tohi, it is bad. Guys, help. I cannot with this. We're gonna move on. Okay, it's not a dragon, so breaking the train. I'm not gonna explain the whole story about what happened here, but we're just gonna talk about the art. So the date is not the day this was drawn, by the way. It's completely unrelated. Like I said, I'm not gonna explain. So, as you could see, I'm proud of my past self for pushing and actually doing something else with the background besides a flat color for once. And, like, the way, like, the ashes and stuff are falling, I'm quite proud of that. Well, not proud, but you know what I'm proud of my past self for doing it, because I probably wouldn't be able to do things I could do now if I didn't learn from this mistake and see what I could do better. So, you know, once again, I don't hate this one that much. So what you're seeing here is a trilogy. Like, there's 5 parts. These were all posted separately on the same day, but, you know, separately. And they are the 5 main guinea pig dragons of my story. Once again, Redemption. And we have Melon, Triangle, Cloudus, Shay, and Ashes. And, I tried something new with the paws, as you can see. And, once again, the wings are terrible, but not as horrible as the ones I showed before. And they are not that bad. The backgrounds are off Google, which I know I know now, just make your own background because you won't learn if you just take an image. And so, you know, it would have been better if I drew them myself. And yeah, you know, I'm pretty proud of them. The shading's kind of weird, especially the paws. I did take the sketch, because Melon was the first one I made. I took the sketch from her and just repositioned it and recreated them each time. So I should have redrawn each one of them, gave them more individuality with different body types and definitely different paws. And but yeah, and also Cloudus' trident, that is absolutely foul and disgusting. It has a redesign. That is absolutely okay. Oh my god, so back onto the cringe train again. This was a OC I made. I don't know what it is. They don't have a name, anything really. They don't have any defining character traits besides a physical design, so we're just gonna call it Thing for now. It's really bad. The way one arm is longer than the other, And once again, the forearm is super short. The feet, oh my god. The circle head, the wing things. It's just, I don't like this at all. I don't use this character. This is bad. I don't draw humans or anything like that. This isn't a human. I don't draw upright creatures, as you can tell. So here we have another redemption photo, of this time of triangle, and oh my god, this is not good at all. The background I took, so someone on Amino commissioned me art of their Wings of Fire character, and I drew them a background for it, and I took the background from that and reused it for this. Of course, I changed it up a little bit. I repositioned the trees, made it into a sunset. But it was honestly so lazy. I should have made a new one because the terrain in Redemption doesn't look like that at all. And this is just bad. Her legs, her hand, like the one that's backwards, it's literally backwards. Like her thumb is like closest to us when it should be farther away. And that honestly bothers me so much. I hate backwards hands. That's one of my biggest art pet peeves. It is awful, horrible. Her face is really weird. And her wing. Oh, this is... Okay, this was for a sidebar contest on Amino, for the spring sidebar contest on the tiny Wings of Fire Amino. Not the main one, but it's... I'm glad I didn't win. I remember being upset that I didn't win, but honestly, I don't want this displayed. Because her, this is Glory, by the way, from Wings of Fire, and her arms, her legs, they are so thin. I fixed my short forearm problem, but instead they became overly skinny. And she looks malnourished and bumpy, and I'm proud of the background. I'm glad I drew a rainforest, and I like the butterflies and flowers, and that caterpillar on the vine, and her sloth, Silver. Even though his claws are messed up, but it's bad. Never mind. I was about to say it was good. It's not that good. It's kind of bad. Her tail, once again, is really thick, and then just turns thin all of a sudden with no smooth transition. Moving on. Okay, so this was the first drawing I did on my iPad. Everyone's seen before this is on my tiny iPhone 8. And, it shows that I was not used to my iPad. The lines are shaky. I didn't realize what a canvas size... Well, I've used the same app, but I didn't realize, like, that the canvas really, the size mattered and could affect the pixeliness of the line art. Because on my phone, it was so tiny, I never really noticed, but on here, you can see. I didn't realize how pixely the line art would turn out because of how tiny I had made the canvas. And so it turned out bad. The characters themselves, they are kind of have horrendous designs. Oh my god, this is really bad, actually. Their hands. Okay, moving on. So this is a drawing of my neighbor's cat that always comes into our yard, and he tries to come into our house, but we can't. We have a cat of our own, but I love him, you could say, and he is a really nice cat, so I drew him, and as you can see, I got used to my iPad. I figured out the pixely line art problem, and this, the coloring is pretty bad. I was in a transitional phase where I was experimenting with different shading styles, and it doesn't really look like him. He's more of a brighter orange. I might put a photo of him on the screen if I can find one, but it's kind of dull compared to his color, and I could have done better, but honestly, it's a step up from the last one, not being that far apart. So, it doesn't suck. Okay, so here we have some Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared fan art. As you can see, it is bad, and the lighting, I was trying so hard, you guys. I tried so hard. And it was worth it because every drawing after this one had some sort of lighting similar to this. Obviously better with each time, but oh my, this is horrendous. Them themselves, the characters, the duck's face, he looks bad. Yellow guy, his expression is terrible. Red guy, his legs, they once again get smaller, just like that weird creature, that thing from earlier. There was an attempt. There was a serious attempt here. More Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared fan art. This time it's Shringled kidnapping Yellow Guy, and as you can see, there's so many things wrong with this, you guys. I cannot with this. His face, the cloud, the Shringled, he looks high. The background, I'm glad I did a background once again. And this, once again, I was trying so hard. Now, moving on to the next month. This was made on April Fool's Day, and I wish it was a joke, but it's not. They are, once again, more Don't Be I'm Scared fan art. They are so lumpy. The lighting, it's like Red Guy and Duck have like shines on them, even though they're supposed to be in the shadows. Which makes no sense, and my friends actually pointed out to me that they were really like shiny. And I was like offended at first, but now I'm so glad that they told me that, because even now, whenever I'm doing lighting, I think back to them saying that. And I thank them, honestly. I thank them. This is a bit awful. They're so lumpy. Dear God, So here we have the love cult from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. There's, once again, this time it's not the background that's bad, it's the actual characters themselves. Once again, we have High Shringle. He's making a return. And we got the cult members, like, as you could see them, like, I had finished it and, like, done the weird shading, dusty shading on them, and then I moved them down because I thought they were up too high, but I didn't move the shading, so it looks like there's these weird clouds around them, like this weird gray mist, and I hate it. It's really bad. Because, oh my God, I hate this drawing. This is in the top 5 worst ones, definitely. This is so bad. Also, the fucking frog. Okay, so after drawing all that Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared fan art, I had a problem with drawing dragons again. I could not draw a 4-legged creature again, and so I tried to draw this, and it's horrendous, as you can see. The face, the legs, the wing, the tail. I don't know what was going on here. So for a while, I actually quit drawing dragons, so be prepared to see a lot of other creatures, but don't worry, they make a return. Oh my God, so good old me got her hands on some leaked footage from the Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared pilot episode for the TV show, and I didn't take it for granted. So here we have Doug and a redraw of a scene from the pilot. I might put it on the screen if I can even find the footage again. But the weird lighting on the door, I put quote unquote detail on there, and I didn't want to see it go to waste, so I like erased the shadow. So you can see it. I was like, oh, it's just the light. But it's bad. It looks like someone's shining a flashlight at him. And once again, this is my friends, the same friends told me that he was shiny. And once again, I was offended. In this one, I was like, no, I'm gonna make it however I want it to. But it turned out bad. I should have listened. Okay, so here we have the former my former most liked post. These are all from Instagram, by the way. And this is bad. The way that Duck is grabbing Red Guy's arm. The reason I didn't make him holding his hand like he was holding Yellow Guy's is because I was having like a war in my head that I didn't ship them, and I don't. I've come to that conclusion, so I didn't want to do it and like end up shipping it. And so I made him grab his arm instead of his hand. But if you try that in real life, don't, by the way. If you grab your arm like that, it really hurts. And so, yeah, it's just bad. Also, that weird light again. I did not know what the hell I was doing with shading. I was using like the trapezoid airbrush thing on Ivy's paint to do the shading, but I was doing it in black instead of like a darker version of the color. So that's why they always look dusty in these. Oh my god, I shringled. Okay, so here we have shringled from Don't Be Scared again. I did him dirty just like I did Sunny dirty. This was a redraw. Once again, that's why there's two of them. The old one was done on foot clip, and the new one's definitely a step up, a couple steps up, maybe a whole flight of stairs up, but it's still bad. His antennas, the way they're like thick, but at the base they're thin, is like super weird for some reason. And his hands, why are his knees like fluffy? What the heck? Okay, so anyways, we should ignore that. Actually, we're not. We're gonna address this. Why are his knees fluffy? So this is what I like to call Hot Pocket Duck. Now, the reason for that being, look at his leg. It looks like a Hot Pocket wrapper, and his leg looks like 2D, like he's made out of paper. Well, it is 2D, but yeah, you know, you get what I mean. And also, I made this when I was watching Frozen 2 with my brother. We're just sitting there drawing Duck, and why does he look like that? Like, that's not his personality. I don't know why he would do that ever, or why I drew him like that. Like, I don't even like Duck that much. He's not even like my favorite. He's not even my top 5. Actually, yes, he's not even yeah, you know, like, why did I draw him? Why did I draw him? That's the whole question here. Besides, why does his leg look like a fucking Hot Pocket? So here we have a scene drawing of Dakota, my OC, how she's at the beach for some reason, because it was before I fleshed out her character, and she was a wild animal before. Now she's a normal, civilized being. She lives in a house, but that's not what we're going to talk about. The art, her legs, her feet or toes, bad. The water is really like weird. It's like it's supposed to be like a wave crashing over, but it's like really, I can't describe it. It's like sharp. She's sharp. And the sun by her head, that's not too bad. You could tell I had an idea of what I was going for. I just couldn't get it onto, well, quote unquote paper. I couldn't get it into real life. So this is not too bad. It's just Dakota has a specific face shape, and this did not grasp it at all. It makes her look like she has a different personality. When he said, I don't like this one. I don't like this. So here we have another scene of Dakota. This time it's a scene from her actual backstory. She's about to meet her friend, and so that's what this is. The sunset has kind of a weird gradient, how it's like bright red. Herself, the pose is a little bit weird. I should have just drawn her full body instead of making her get cut off like that. This one grasped her face shape a little bit better. The fur, she's like oddly detailed with the fur. The trees, they aren't too bad. I could definitely be better. The grass, I don't know, just the whole color scheme is off. She's like clashing with the background, which it's not very pleasant to look at. But overall, this isn't the worst thing we've seen, obviously. So here we have a redraw of that one cult photo with the weird gray mist shading. As you can see, that's gone now, which I'm very glad. And you can see my current style taking form, and it's still horrendous and absolutely disgusting. I don't like this photo at all, and they look kind of stiff, if we're being honest here. Shrinkled is so ugly. This took me like 10 hours to make. And the background has a pretty consistent color scheme with the sky and the trees and stuff, but you know, it's not that bad. At least the gray dusty shading is gone. Yeah, I don't hate this, but I don't like it either. So here we have another drawing of Dakota, and her limbs there are like kind of floppy once again. I was going back to my floppy limb problem. Her tail is kind of weird, and the way it like curls. Her like neck kind of looks odd, because she used to be like looking straight up into the sky in the sketch, but I like messed it up. Well, I didn't mess it up. I repositioned it so it looks odd because her head's still in that looking up position, but she's looking forward. So yeah, and the weird glitch effect I put on it, like I learned like effects on IBS Paint, and as you can see, I used noise. Yeah, this isn't good. It's definitely not my peak. It's bad. It's really bad. So here we have a drawing of a dodo character that my friend made for me, and it was the first time I drew lineless art, and his legs are really weird. As you can see, I didn't know how to do lineless shading that well, but this was actually the first in a lineless art phase, so we're gonna be seeing more of that. And this, his face is weird. I probably should have looked up a photo of a dodo bird, because it's kind of weird here. Yeah, I don't hate this. I'm kind of mad at it because it started my horrible lineless art phase, which spawned some disgusting things, as you will see now. Okay, so see what I mean? We have lineless shrinkled. This is definitely one of the cringy ones. I close my eyes when I see this because I hate it a lot. Gosh, this is bad. I shouldn't have ever made this. Oh my god, I hate this. My mom actually came to my room while I was drawing this, and she was like, "Oh, what are you drawing, shrinkled?" I said, "Yeah." So I just sat there. But she just sat there watching me draw shrinkled. And oh my gosh, I'm so sorry she had to see this, because this drawing is absolutely foul. Nothing is good about it. Absolutely nothing. Literally nothing is good about this, and I hate it. What the noise effect again, it's bad. Moving on, this is horrible. Alright, so here we have my trolls phase, possibly the worst thing that happened this year, as phase-wise. So, it's really bad. It's King Troll X with a beat draw button. His lineless, once again, is the shading on his tail is actually good, surprisingly. I remember I spent hours and hours on this. I was like up all night. His face is so weird. His hair looks like grass. Beat draw button is so weird. His face, yeah, I don't like this one at all. It's so bad, except for the shading on the tail. So here we have the comeback of Wings of Fire with my Wings of Fire Sono Light Wings here, and her expression is super weird. Her earrings, she doesn't have those earrings anymore, but it's bad. her wing. I tried to do that like paw thing with what people would do on like the wing finger part, and that was like a trend in the fandom for like a week, and it looks like a sticker pasted on because I didn't add anything on the outside. And so that's really bad. Her legs, once again, they're like really stiff and floppy at the same time. And her tail, the weird shading on it. Like I said, I was not good at line this art. It's not my thing, definitely. And yeah, this one's just not good at all, especially that sticker wing. So here we have this made for Pride Month, even though it was made in May, not June. So it's Dakota, because at the time she was my soda / main, and the freaking shading, it's like, what, there's like no texture, just like flat little pieces. And once again, I think I used black shading instead of like black trapezoid airbrush shading instead of like a darker color, which it made it look horrible. I like what I did with the flags though. There's not that much I like about this at all, really. It's bad. So here we have more Trolls art, and this time it's Cooper and his brother Darnell, and once again with the lineless art really badly, but this was where I found out how to do fur in a way. As you can see on Cooper's ears, like but I did it in a weird way. I used the smudge tool on IBS Paint and like started like smudging the edges of his ear to make fur. And that is a trend you will see me doing in the coming drawings. And it was bad. I should have just drawn the fur myself or used a different tool at least, because it doesn't look good. And overall the shading, once again, I think I used a darker color this time instead of black, but it still doesn't look good. I think I definitely used the trapezoid airbrush again. And I didn't know what the alpha lock was, so I selected it with the magic wand and drew inside of it that way, causing it to end up all pixely on the edges. So that's bad. Okay, so here we have this awful Dakota drawing. As you can see, I used the smudge tool again to make fur. And the wings, I don't like them, but I don't hate them either. And the rest of her is bad. The way that the island in the back is like flat color, I hate it. The rain is weird, and the way her eyes like reflecting a rainbow this makes no sense. This whole drawing is a mess. And the water, I don't like that water at all. It doesn't look like water. Just this whole overall thing. Her legs, once again, bad. And this one's bad. Here we have ashes from my story redemption. And as you can see, I used the smudge tool and did the lineless art again. This one sucks. His face is so weird. The way I used the stroke outer effect and made it white, but it's like really bumpy because I made the fur stuff, so it just looks weird in his face. This one's not good at all either. Oh boy, so here we have a drawing another Trolls drawing of King Trollix and Beat Draw Button. This was ship art. I absolutely hate that now. This is horrible. Possibly, it's definitely in the top 5 worst of 2020. And so, the water, it's weird again. Beat Draw Button has no lips. I'll put a picture of him on the screen right now, and so you can see that I did not capture his appearance at all. And King Trollix as well. His face shape, I'll put a photo of both of them just so you can see what I was messing up here. The sky, it's not bad. the background, it's not good. So this one's bad, really bad. I hate this one. Now, sorry to get depressing, but this was the last drawing I made while Linny was alive. And this was made on probably June 19th. Wait, that's don't help me, I'm scared. Okay, anyway. So, she passed away on June 22nd. But we're here to talk about the art. So this is bad. It's just Dakota being edgy. The tail is weird. The way, like, that rainbow background. It was originally made when I was, like, messing around with the smudge tool. And I drew a rainbow and smudged around like that. And I was like, I'm gonna use it for a drawing. But I shouldn't have, because now we have this monstrosity. So here we have a drawing of my techno troll OC. I think his name was, I don't remember his name. I think it was Blippy, named after Blippy on YouTube as a joke. But it's bad. The lineless once again. The weird shading. I don't know why I did that kind of shading after I was doing the dusty kind of shading. It looks better. Not by a long shot, but better at least. There's a lot of stuff I could have done better. I could have fixed the pose, the weird arms. The tail is bad, and I could have done a background. Yeah, I don't like this one either. Wow, another King Trollex and beat draw button art. So this one, the water is weird. It looks like jello. The clouds, they aren't that bad. Them themselves, they, like, the way Trollex is laying on the rock, it's, like, disgusting. Beat draw button, he's just, like, staring into the sky for some reason. And the rock, I had so much trouble with that rock. I remember I was looking at, like, I looked at, like, cartoon rock on Safari and, like, tried to, like, copy it. This drawing is a mess. I hate this one a lot. Oh my god, so this is that character from the Havana meme that I made. It's obviously private now after I went on my rampage, but this is really bad. I used the anime background tool, filter, I mean, and it looks so bad. His tail is so weird. The pose is, like, really weird overall, but I did capture the character's personality well. But the chest plate, it looks cool. I won't lie, I still like that kind of. His arms, no, I don't like this one that much at all. So here we have another redemption character. Her name is Snowdrop, and as you can see, she's not a guinea pig dragon. She's just a guinea pig. She lived long ago in the world of redemption, and she's not in the modern day story because she died. But yeah, so this drawing, it's pretty cute. You know, I made her look a little bit tall for a guinea pig, and I give her a tail. Guinea pigs don't have tails, and her face, it's pretty. I like this drawing, except for the anime background, which I used again. Like, anime background's a filter on IBS Paint, if you didn't know. And yeah, I like her eye, and yeah, I like this one. Okay, so this grand old drawing that's actually on my wall, because these were my main sonas at the time. We have the redemption characters in the middle, my troll OCs on the side for some reason. Lightwing's Movies Fire Soda, both versions of her, the joke version and the serious version. Snowdrop and Sorel from Redemption, and Dakota, and yeah, someone's blurred out because I don't want to show him. He's a horrible character, and so yeah, we're not talking about that. So anyway, this drawing, it's took forever. They look absolutely foul. Their faces, the circle eyes. I used up all my motivation on Dakota, so no one else looks good. Yeah, I don't like this one. here we have Ashes from My Story Redemption looking out of dysphoria, and the sinkhole where they all live, at least the soulless ones live. And this one is lineless, but it's weird because I put noise on it and the noise filter, and so it looks weird because I had given him the smudge fur, but putting noise and the anime background filter on it, it made it like the fur go away, and that's when I realized, hey, this probably isn't the best method for making fur. And yeah, this one was an absolute mess. Wow, look here. So here we have the third redraw of that cult photo, and I am still proud of this just because of the past ones, seeing how much I've improved in that short amount of time. It is amazing. The obviously this is recent, so I'm gonna be biased, and there's not that much things I don't like about it, so except for Shringle, he looks high again. That hasn't changed. They all have their arms behind their backs. I shouldn't have done that. But yeah, I'm proud of this. Another one I am proud of. So here we have Cloudus, the antagonist in Redemption, My Story, and I'm proud of this. I learned how to draw lightning. Her face, I love it. I don't like her hands, paws, whatever. Those are bad. I like her tail. Don't like her wings so much. Definitely better than the beginning ones. Yeah, I like this guy. Don't like it, don't hate it. Yeah, I'm proud of this one too. We're gonna move on. So here we have Dakota, and I drew this in a hot car while I was waiting for my mom to get out of the store. Trust me, she didn't leave me in there. I wanted to stay in there, but my iPad was burning hot when I made this, and it's not that bad. Her pose, the way she's standing on the rock, looks really weird. The sky, I'm proud of that. Her tail, once again, is weird. Her wing, yeah, it's iffy on the wing. Her face, don't like it. Yeah, her neck, her whole like body and torso looks weird. And this one, once again, don't like it, and I also don't hate it. So here we have a scene from Redemption where Mela runs away from her house, and this one is really kind of weird. Her face, she's running away. She's like, I don't think that expression fits that very much, but she's supposed to be rebelling, running away because she doesn't want to live under her parents' control anymore, even though they're good parents, and she's just a brat, so that her expression doesn't fit. Her legs, they're like weirdly thick. And I like the background, but since she's green, it kind of clashes. And her wings, don't like those at all. Yeah, once again, I don't like this, but I also don't hate it. So we have my 5 former main Sonas, once again, with that one character blurred out because I don't want to show him. This one, it was, I sketched it on Flip-A-Clip as a joke, like giving them funny faces, and then I decided what would happen if I did line art for one of my joke sketches, and this is what came out of it. So, they're making their silly faces, and yeah, this has weird lighting. Once again, I don't like it, but I also don't hate it. Here we have this drawing that I actually like. I made it for the 6th year anniversary of I'm Scared 3 releasing, and it's actually, I said I like it, but I actually don't. The more that I look at it, I like the coloring, the weird shading style, and Shringle looks very weird. I don't like this at all now that I'm looking at it. and I did this instead of doing schoolwork. So here we have my OC, Wings of Fire OC, Stargaze, and as you can see, Wings of Fire has made a comeback, and that is currently what my face is. So, you know, this was in November, so it's really recent, and this, I don't really like it that much. Her face is super weird, but it was the first time I've drawn a dragon in a while, and her wing, I have come to terms with the way I draw wings, and I like it, and her tail's weird, and her legs, don't like those. The reflective ground, I like, and yeah, so this one, I don't really like it that much, but I also don't hate it. My most liked post, okay, I think this got on the Explore page on Instagram, because that's why it blew up. It's Fathom and Darkstalker's sketch ship art. And it got like 200 likes, and so I don't know why. Like I said, probably got on the Explore page, but you know, I can't really critique it that much because it's just a colored sketch. Except for Darkstalker's hands and Fathom's weird hands. Their hands, that's my main complaint. This one's bad. So here we have Sunny from Wings of Fire, and this one I like. Her face is a little bit of a weird shape, and I like the background, well, quote unquote background, and I like the way I did the weird coloring and the quote unquote shading, and I like the letters, you know, and you know, I still like this one, but I'm slowly starting to hate it. And next year I'll probably hate it, just like I'm proud of it now. Like, I used to be proud of the old ones, and now I hate them, you know? So it's probably bad, and I'm just, like, blind to seeing it, but I don't hate this one. This one, I am really proud of it. It's my Silkwing OC from Wings of Fire, Verbia, and it's a scene from her backstory, and, I might do an animation about her backstory, so I won't spoil too much or talk about it, but I love her expression. I love the rain, the water, proud of the sky, her scarf, the way everything's blowing in a consistent way. Yeah, I like this one. So I don't know why I'm putting it in a cringe comp, but still, I like it. So here we have my Joke Wolf OC, and this was really recent. I made it like maybe 2 weeks ago, and wait, there hasn't even been 2 weeks of December anyway, that's aside the point. So like I said, I'm biased because I just made it not that long ago, so I can't really see the flaws now, but they'll probably be there. You know, her paws are a little bit weird, her expression is kind of odd, the water definitely needs work. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this one. Here we have a redraw of my Fathom and Darkstalker ship art from 2019. And I'm not proud of it by itself, but as a redraw I am, because, you know, on the old one they look weird, and on the new one they have like proper expressions, and yeah, I like the new one. I'm proud of this one. Now, here we are at the end so far. There are some days left of December, but I consider this so far the end because it is my most recent drawing of Blood Moon, my character shown at the beginning, and, you know, I'm pretty proud of this. Like I said, I'm biased because I just now made it, but her back thigh is a little bit weird, but other than that, I don't really see anything wrong with it. But I know there probably is, and in a year I'll be looking back at this and seeing so many flaws, but for now this is my most recent, and I'm proud of it, really. So, as you have just witnessed, we can determine that this is in fact the worst drawing I have ever made in 2020, and I can see why. The weird gray shading, the high string note, the flat ground, even though there's supposed to be a cloud, the vines, the shading, everything is bad about it. And the fucking frog.